Hey everybody, this is me, and coming in front to you from Little Rock. I do feel better. They gave me a bunch of pain meds when I got back because I was in so much pain from whatever happened in there. But I don't think it was fatal. I don't think it was a fatal error. I think I'll be okay. Um, um, it's just that when you're fooling with the spine, whether you're getting pain management shots, whether you're doing spinal taps like they do to put the chemo in, or whether you're doing something else with the spine, you just go in knowing that something could go wrong and probably will not. So I never worry about it. But today it just went way wrong. But I think I'm okay. I just need to get the pain down. I came back to my room bawling, and I never cry for pain, over pain. I just won't do it. My sister was the same way. Um, we were not going to be caught crying over pain. Now, I know she cried about pain when she was by herself, just like I do. But big girls don't cry in front of people, okay? Remember that. Big girls don't cry in front of people. And so, anyway, I thank you guys for praying for me so diligently. Y'all have just been angels to me in my darkest hours. Yesterday was a very dark day, and the day before was very dark. In fact, I didn't even think I was going to live through the day. It was that bad. I think nurses were kind of worried about it too. But, you know, I still concentrate on my nutrition, and I concentrate on my sleep, and I concentrate on happy thoughts. And if I had my Bible, I'd be concentrating on it. I do read it off my phone, but I don't know. That just seems messed up to me. I grew up in an age where that wouldn't have been allowed even if we'd have had the access to be able to do it. You know, our parents would have put a Bible in our lap and said, do it right. And so I'm still kind of like that. I'm just not into reading my phone and saying I read the Bible, because you really didn't. But anyway, whatever. That's my choice, my thinking, my way. What I wanted to say, since everybody has been praying for me so diligently and asking about me and being sincere about it, you know, not just flippantly, but really sincere. I had them weigh me a while ago, and I just knew I'd probably lost weight, but I haven't. I've gained. I mean, I have gained 2 pounds since I have been here. And so when you count 6 chemos, and I know there's going to be some little asshats out there that say I'm lying about taking 6 chemos. They're not even on my Facebook page, but they're just who they are, and they're who they're going to be for the rest of their life. But they can keep it. But yeah, I'm doing 6 chemos plus 7 if you count the IT chemo that goes into my spine. So I was just sure I had lost weight, and I have not. I weigh 145. I came in at 143, and now I weigh 145. So I am happy with that. I am very happy with that. It says a lot, I think, about, you know, my health and which way it's going. Also, I am grateful to be able to concentrate on nutrition, happy thoughts, and, you know, getting back home, making that a priority. I've met so many people here. This is the hugest hospital I've ever seen. It's bigger than MD Anderson, and if it's not, it's just built different or something, but it looks bigger to me than MD Anderson. Regardless of whether it is or not, you can get out and go walking around, which I do. I exercise every day here. I don't let anything stop me. I don't let being tired stop me. I don't let hurting stop me. I just get out and I walk, and I'm now going up and down steps, and, you know, I'm just trying to do my best to stay in shape, as in for my health, not, you know, some other reason. I want to come out strong. The stronger I come out, the better chance I have at surviving all this. And I really think I am. Yeah, they did find cancer cells in my brain, but they're not malignant. I don't understand that, and my nurse tried to explain it to me, so there is an explanation. I just don't get it. But anyway, I'm very glad about that. I'm very grateful about that. I appreciate everyone who said one word of prayer for me. I couldn't have done it without you. And to me, that's just a fact. It's a foregone fact. And I appreciate it very much. I love you guys. And I even love my cousin David. It was so good meeting him. It really did me a lot of good physically to see him, and emotionally. He didn't look like I remember, but I probably didn't look like he remembered it. I don't even think he remembers me. But anyway, he's still a handsome guy, and he's very sweet. And he's like me. He's got rough edges, and that's kind of most of my family on one side. And we got little rough edges, but we're good people and hardworking people, and we'll do anything to help you that we can do. But we got those rough edges. But I wouldn't want my life without those rough edges. I like it. So I just wanted to thank everybody for that and let you know that so far so good. The hospital stay has been good. They're so short on nurses. You know, if you guys, ladies, are wanting a career, maybe a career change, consider nursing, because nurses are just really, ever since COVID, nurses are in high demand, and we just don't have enough. I don't care what hospital I go to, we don't have enough. And so consider a possible nursing career. If it's, just being a tech or whatever, do that. I fully plan to go back to school. So I know, doctors say you can't do that because you had a brain aneurysm and it affected you, and my skull is kind of soft like it is on a baby. When a baby's born, you got to watch their little skull because it's soft. Well, I have that. But don't tell me I can't do something, because I will show you I can. Not just to be bratty, but just because that's who I am. I take a challenge really seriously. So, I have, let's see, this is the second, and I got 15 more days here. And I've taken advantage of every treatment I can get, and I don't know that I'm going back to IT chemo. I'm not sure. But it's very important for me to do that, because what it's doing is it's creating a barrier around my brain and not allowing malignant cancer cells to get in. That's really important, because otherwise, if they get in, that means I would possibly go senile. Keep your jokes to yourself, David Moore, and or, go through some kind of Alzheimer's. And I don't want that. And so I'm willing to fight for every inch I have to take to not let something like that happen to me. I may be 63, but I'm still young. I just want you guys to know that. If you're 60, if you're 50, whatever you are, you're still young. And don't waste your time on this earth. Don't waste time. Get up and make your day count. It's hard for me to say I'm making my days count in a hospital, but I do make them count, because I do exercise, and I do concentrate on a good diet, and I do concentrate on positivity and all that. And when I get my Bible up here tomorrow, I'll be able to concentrate on that. So, plus I've had someone from the Catholic Church come see me every day here in Little Rock, and they're an amazing congregation. I think it's Church of the Holy Souls or something like that. And their parishioners come. They volunteer. They don't get paid a dime. They just volunteer and come up here and see people who have asked to be seen. And they give you the Eucharist, and they pray with you. The priest comes anytime you need him. So I feel very blessed by that. And another thing I've been very blessed by, I'm not one to go outside. I never have been. I don't, by the way, this video is going to be over 10 minutes, so I'm just going to warn you ahead of time. I've never been one like Lee to go outside and see people I didn't know and just start chit-chatting. I used to get on to him in the grocery store because he would chit-chat constantly with people he didn't know from Adam, and he would yap and talk, and it would go on forever, and we'd want to go home, and we couldn't because he was busy talking. Well, I've kind of become that way myself now. And I have been so blessed. I got some bad news the other night from my doctor. He called me and told me my bad news. And, I really won't get into all that right now. It's not time for anybody to know that. Lee and I are keeping it. Is it on the DL or the LD? I don't know. Anyway, we're keeping it to ourselves right now. There's no need in just throwing it out there. But I got this terrible news, and I was alone, and I decided, okay, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to take this stupid IV pole, and I'm going outside, and I'm going to walk, and I'm going to go up and down my steps, and I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. And I went out there, and I saw this guy. He was sitting at a table alone, and he was crying. And I would have guessed him to be 22. But, I really didn't know. I just knew he was under a heavy burden. And I was under a heavy burden. So, I talked to Lee about it on the phone. And Lee said, go over there and talk to him. I said, I can't do that. I'm not like that. But I did. I finished my cigarette. I just threw it down. I said, you know what? There's something more important than this going on. I walked over there to him. Here I am. I know he had to wonder, what was I doing?